Ever wondered why your hair stands on end when you remove your woolen hat in winter? Well, there's a shocking truth behind it, and it's all about electricity, but not the kind that lights up your room or charges your phone. We're talking about static electricity, the silent, invisible force that's everywhere around us. Static electricity is like that quiet kid in the corner who suddenly surprises everyone with a zappy handshake. It happens when there's an imbalance of electric charges within or on the surface of a material. Now, you've probably heard of the term electric charge. It's like the VIP of the electricity world. It's the reason why some things get attracted to each other and others repel. It's like a dance, a cosmic tango between particles. Let's imagine a party. Yes, an atomic bash. Here, the electric charges are the guests. Some are positively charged, some negatively. They're dancing, mingling, and creating a dynamic atmosphere. Among the guests, there are two types, the conductors and the insulators. Conductors are the social butterflies. They love to share their electric charges, passing them around freely. Metals like copper and aluminium are great conductors. They're the life of the party, ensuring the electric charges are always on the move. On the other hand, insulators are the wallflowers. They prefer to keep to themselves, holding onto their electric charges tightly. Materials like rubber and glass are typical insulators, keeping their charges close and not letting them mingle freely. So there you have it. The world of electricity isn't just about wires and light bulbs. It's a dynamic dance of charges, a constant exchange of energy. And static electricity, it's just a surprise handshake or a hair-raising hat removal away. So next time your hair stands on end, remember it's just static electricity saying hello. After our electrifying chat about static electricity, let's switch gears and immerse ourselves in the dynamic world of flowing electricity. Now, you must be wondering, how does this change happen? How do we get from static to dynamic, from a stationary charge to a moving electron? Well, it's all about the potential difference, which is like the life force that pushes our electron into motion. Think of it as a big hill. At the top of the hill, our electron, or charge, has a lot of potential energy, but it doesn't want to just sit there. It wants to go down the hill, to move, to release that energy. And that's what the potential difference is. It's the push that sends our charge rolling down the hill. It's the spark that lights up our world, the force that keeps our electronic devices humming. But remember, it's not just about the push, it's also about the path. Our electron needs a conduit, a road to travel on, and that's where our conductors come in. Remember our social butterflies from the atomic bash? Well, they're back in action, providing the perfect path for our electron to zip along. But it's not always a smooth ride. There are obstacles, or resistance, that our electron has to overcome. And that's where we're heading next, into the bustling city of a copper wire, where our electron embarks on its thrilling journey. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the heart of electricity, into the life of an electron, explore the impossible in every day. Imagine you're an electron in a copper wire. What's your life like? Let's start with the basics. You're a tiny particle, a microscopic commuter on the highway of a copper wire. The energy that propels you forward is provided by a voltage source, or what we call the potential difference. This is like the force that pushes you when you're in a crowd. The larger the push, the faster you move, and the greater the current. Now picture this. You're zipping along the wire, but it's not a smooth ride. There are atoms all around you, causing a ruckus, and you have to push your way through. This is resistance, my friend. It's like trying to commute in a bustling city during rush hour. The more crowded it is, the harder it is to move and the lower the current. But fear not, dear electron, because we have Ohm's law to the rescue. It's like the traffic rule of our electric city. Ohm's law states that the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the voltage across the 2 points. So the more the voltage, the greater the current. It's like having a high-powered engine in your car. The stronger the engine, the faster you can zoom through traffic, regardless of the resistance. However, try not to get too carried away. You see, Ohm's law also implies that the current is inversely proportional to the resistance. The higher the resistance, the lower the current. It's like trying to drive fast in a traffic jam. The more cars there are, the slower you'll go. And here's a fun fact. You, dear electron, are not a loner. You're part of a massive crowd of electrons, all moving in the same direction. This is what we call electric current. It's like a marathon race where everyone is running towards the same goal. So remember, as an electron, obeying Ohm's law is not optional. It's the current trend. You're not just a tiny particle. You're an essential part of this electric city, so keep calm, carry on, and let the current flow. Now, let's dive into a crucial moment in an electron's journey, the encounter with resistance. It's a classic tale of an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. The electron, powered by voltage, speeds along its path. But oh no, here comes resistance, ready to slow things down. Remember our crowd analogy from the previous scene? Well, imagine you're running at full speed, and suddenly you hit a wall of people. That's what resistance feels like for an electron. This clash between the electron's speed and the hindrance of resistance creates a frictional heat. That's why your phone warms up when you're on a long call, or why your hairdryer heats up as it tames your tresses. This heat is a byproduct of the epic encounter between our humble electron and the formidable resistance. But don't worry, it's all part of the process. So, the next time you feel that warmth, remember, it's not just the heat. It's a story of an epic clash in the microscopic world of electricity. Ever wondered why electrical appliances get hot? Let's blame it on resistance. You see, resistance is like that strict teacher who doesn't let the electrons, or students if you will, have an easy pass. In the world of electricity, resistance is the force that opposes the flow of electrons. Imagine a school hallway jam-packed with students. If the hallway is narrow, it's harder for the students to move through, right? That's resistance for you. When electrons, these tiny energy carriers, try to pass through a conductor, resistance is the one saying, "Not so fast, buddy." This struggle causes friction, which in turn generates heat. So, that warmth you feel from your laptop after hours of binge watching your favorite series, or from your toaster while it's transforming your bread into a delicious golden slice of heaven, is all thanks to resistance. So, next time you feel the heat, remember, it's just resistance doing its job. Resistance might sound like the villain of our story, but hold on. It's not as simple as that. Think of resistance as a challenging obstacle in a race. The electrons, our brave little runners, are not deterred. They take on the challenge head on. In this grand obstacle race, the electrons push against the resistance, and in doing so, they transfer energy. This energy can be converted into useful forms, like light in a bulb, sound in a speaker, or heat in a toaster. So you see, without resistance, we wouldn't have the electricity that powers our modern life. But what happens when this race becomes a relay? What if our electrons had to pass on the baton, or in this case, the electric charge to their fellow electrons? That's when we enter the world of telephone, the world of circuits. So buckle up as we dive into the exciting realm of series and parallel circuits, where electrons play their version of the telephone game. Ever heard of the game telephone? Well, electrons play it too. Picture this, a juicy piece of gossip, or let's say current, needs to be passed along. In a series circuit, it's like a game of telephone. One electron whispers to the next, who whispers to the next, and so on. It's a single, uninterrupted path. The message, or current, flows from one end to the other, one electron at a time. But there's a catch. If one electron decides to keep mum, the gossip chain breaks and the current stops flowing. That's a series circuit for you, a bit of a drama queen, isn't it? Now, imagine a parallel circuit where our electron friends have multiple paths to share their gossip. It's like a party line where everyone's chatting at once. The current divides and takes different routes simultaneously. If one path is blocked, no worries. The current will just take another path. That's why your house wiring is a parallel circuit. Even if your bedroom light goes out, you can still make popcorn in the kitchen. The gossip, current, just keeps on flowing. So whether it's a party line or a direct chat, electrons always find a way to keep the conversation going. The party line or direct chat of electrons might be fun, but who hosts these conversations? Who allows these electrons to gossip freely? Enter the conductors. In our electrifying saga, copper is the star. Found in wires all around us, copper is like the perfect party host. It invites the electrons in, allows them to move freely, and ensures the gossip, or rather the current, keeps flowing. Copper atoms are like the most popular kids in school, with plenty of free electrons willing to join the party. These free electrons move about, creating a path for the current to flow. It's like having a dance floor that never gets crowded. But remember, even the best party host needs to keep things under control. That's why we have insulation, the bouncer of our electrical party. It keeps the electrons from spilling out and causing mayhem. So, thanks to copper, our electrifying gossip continues uninterrupted. But remember, in this party of electricity, safety always comes first. Now let's wrap up our electrifying journey with a spark. So, we've had a shocking journey, haven't we? We've seen electrons go on a road trip, witnessed resistance playing hard to get, and eavesdropped on the gossip circuits of Ceres and Parallel. Hilarious, right? But let's not forget, while it's fun to giggle at electricity's antics, it's also a formidable force that deserves respect. So handle it with care. Remember, when dealing with electricity, always stay grounded. Until next time, keep the current flowing and stay positively charged. Before we sign off, let's take a moment to appreciate the power and potential of electricity. It's around us in almost everything we do, and it's easy to forget how truly incredible it is. But with great power comes great responsibility. So remember to always stay grounded, both metaphorically and literally, when dealing with electricity. Don't take unnecessary risks, and always follow safety guidelines. Until next time, keep the current flowing and stay positively charged. Remember, you're the real spark that lights up this world. Stay safe, stay electrified. And there you have it, folks. The electrifying journey of an electron, the power of resistance, the tales of circuits, and the importance of staying grounded. It's been a journey filled with sparks, charges, and a whole lot of energy. But like all good things, this electrifying adventure must also come to an end. This is Junior Impossible signing off. Remember to keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep the current flowing. Until our next adventure, stay safe, stay curious, and stay positively charged. Over and out.